Hello everyone and welcome to Med Simplified. I hope all of you are healthy and happy. Today we are going to take a close look at a special vitamin that is essential for our skin, hair and nails. Vitamins are substances that our body needs to grow and develop normally. Most vitamins need to come from food because the body either does not produce them or produces very little amounts. Different vitamins play different roles in the body and a person requires adequate amount of each vitamin to stay healthy. You may have heard about vitamin A, B, vitamin C, vitamin D and vitamin K. But in today's video we'll talk about a forgotten vitamin, vitamin H. Yes, you heard it right, vitamin H. You may also know it by its common name, biotin or vitamin B7. Well, I say biotin is a forgotten vitamin because most of us don't even know what it does for us and why it is important. So let's talk about biotin, its history, its role in our body, the deficiency of biotin and what you should include in your diet to increase biotin intake. Before we begin, we would like to thank you for your support. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel. It helps us grow and make better content for you. You can also find us on Instagram. We post daily facts, medical tidbits and posts that will brighten your day. The links are in the description below. In 1916, scientist W.G. Bateman observed that a diet high in raw egg whites caused a toxic disease in dogs, cats, rabbits and even humans. This was confirmed in 1927 when researchers observed that rats who were fed on an exclusive egg white diet showed symptoms of brain dysfunction, hair loss, skin problems, and eventually they died. But it wasn't until 1936 when some German biochemists isolated the crystalline substance from boiled egg yolks. They named it biotin because they believed it was one of the components of the bios. Bios word which means life. Biotin is a water-soluble vitamin. As you might know, our body can store only fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. Hence, biotin needs to be replaced by a healthy and prudent diet. Biotin is also known as vitamin B7 and also as vitamin H. You might be wondering why vitamin H? Well, the H stands for Haar und Haut. Haar und Haut are German words which means hair and skin. So let's look at few of the important roles of biotin in our body. Number 1. Biotin is an important part of metabolic pathways. The food we eat goes through a lengthy process involving various metabolic pathways which eventually allow the body to use it as energy. Let me simplify this for you. Take for example, we take a healthy meal containing adequate carbs, good amount of proteins and fat. Once the food reaches our gut, various enzymes start acting on them. These enzymes break the larger macronutrients into smaller micronutrients. Once these nutrients are broken down into small enough units, they are absorbed into the blood and sent all over the body for utilization. It is here that biotin plays an important role, such as in gluconeogenesis, which is a process where new glucose molecules are synthesized from other non-carbohydrate sources. While I won't go into the depth of the gluconeogenesis pathway, you just need to know that biotin-containing enzymes are essential for gluconeogenesis. Biotin is also important for amino acid breakdown. Amino acids are the smallest units that make up a protein. Amino acids such as leucine require biotin-containing enzymes to be properly metabolized in the body and to be used. Biotin is also important for the synthesis of fatty acids. Fats are the primary way by which our body stores extra energy to be used later. Biotin-dependent enzymes are vital for this process of synthesizing fatty acids. The second important role of biotin in our body is that it helps in maintaining the health of our skin, hair and nails. Keratin is a basic protein that makes up your hair, skin and nails. Biotin improves the keratin biostructure and eventually helps in maintaining the hair and nail health. To study whether biotin is useful in hair growth, a 2015 study was done. Over 3 months, adult women who reported thinning of hair were taken as subjects. 30 women were given oral biotin rich marine protein supplements and 30 women were given placebos. The scalp was photographed digitally before starting the supplements and the images were compared to the scalp images taken 90 days later of the same areas. The results reported that biotin treated subjects achieved a significant increase in the number of hairs within the target area. Biotin use also resulted in significantly less hair shedding. There were no reported adverse events, and the researchers concluded that biotin promotes hair growth and decreases hair loss in women suffering from thinning and loss of hair. Number 3. Biotin is important in pregnancy. According to research, a mild biotin deficiency is common in pregnancy. Even though the diets of most people are biotin adequate, it is reported that over 50% of all pregnant females in US are marginally biotin deficient. This occurs because the vitamin is broken down faster. As a result, a pregnant female may require more biotin than normal. Number 4. Biotin reduces blood sugar levels. Biotin is important in the metabolic process of energy. Its deficiency can negatively affect the glucose balance of the body. In case of type 2 diabetes, the body has excessive blood sugar levels, mostly due to dysfunction in action of insulin hormone. Researchers say that a biotin deficiency disrupts glucose regulation, which can have catastrophic effects for people who are already struggling to control blood sugar levels. Researchers indicate that a combination of biotin and chromium improves blood sugar control in some people with type 2 diabetes. The problem is that biotin alone doesn't seem to have the same effect, and more research is needed to determine whether supplementing biotin can actually treat diabetes. Now that we know some roles of biotin in our body, let's talk about biotin deficiency. And let's talk about what are the symptoms of biotin deficiency. It is rare to become biotin deficient as it is adequately present in most diets. But there are some special cases worth mentioning. This vitamin is especially needed for gym and fitness enthusiasts. Well, people who eat raw egg whites are especially at risk of developing biotin deficiency. This is due to a binding factor called avidin, which binds to biotin and prevents the gut from absorbing it. Also, people who have gut disease or who are on parenteral intravenous feeding are also at risk. Some people who are on anti-seizure medications and long-term antibiotics are also at the risk of becoming biotin deficient. Some of the symptoms of biotin deficiency include hair loss, dry, scaly skin, cracks at the corners of the mouth, swollen or magenta-colored tongue, dry eyes, loss of appetite, fatigue and insomnia, depression, thinning and splitting of hair, brittle nails, glucose dysfunction, and nerve disease leading to numbness and tingling sensations in hands, feet, and legs. Now that we know about the symptoms of biotin deficiency, let's talk about how much biotin do you need daily. One way we measure a particular vitamin's or mineral's requirement is by its recommended daily intake. RDA or recommended daily allowance is a standard dose which is based on a person's age, sex, and health status. According to the National Institute of Health, the daily requirement of biotin is as follows. In infants, biotin requirement is about 5 to 6 micrograms. Children who are less than 12 years of age require 10 to 20 micrograms of biotin in their diet. Teens require 25 micrograms of biotin in their diet, while adults require 30 micrograms in their diet. Pregnant and breastfeeding females require a little more, like about 30 to 35 micrograms of biotin in their diet. Now let me tell you about a few foods to boost your biotin levels. Meats, especially kidney and liver meats, are abundant sources of biotin. Egg yolk also contains great amounts of biotin. Other sources include cheese, soybeans, and peanuts. Green leafy vegetables also contain good amounts of biotin. Other sources include cauliflower, mushrooms, yeasts, nuts, and bananas. The bacteria in your gut also produce minute quantities of biotin, which is then absorbed in your blood. Heat can reduce biotin's efficacy, so opt for raw or minimally processed dishes. High dose biotin is being used as a treatment for multiple sclerosis. Multiple sclerosis or MS is an autoimmune disease of the brain, spinal cord, and nerves. This is because it damages the protective functional covering of nerves themselves. This covering is known as myelin. Biotin is supposed to play an important role in the production of myelin. It controls the key enzyme responsible for myelin synthesis. So researchers are currently studying the role of around 300 mg per day biotin in treatment of multiple sclerosis. That is around 10,000 times the recommended daily intake. The clinical trial results are mixed. A 2019 review concluded that a further investigation of the association between multiple sclerosis symptoms and biotin should be undertaken. Biotin holds a great future prospect of treating this serious disease. If you feel that your diet is lacking in biotin or you just want to supplement your biotin levels, you can choose over-the-counter biotin supplements also. These are very famous for their hair benefits. I will link a few good biotin supplements in the description box down below so you can check them out. So friends, this was all about this video. I hope you liked this video and make sure to subscribe to our channel for our upcoming videos. Thank you so much and I'll see you in the next one.